I didn't say anything. In the fifth Strudel presidential election, President Pentagonal has won re-election with a monumental two-thirds of the vote, above two-thirds of the vote. Only the second time this has ever happened. He has beat Domino's record for the largest margin of victory by 1.1 percentage points. SSI has placed second for the fourth time in a row, with SSI scoring a devastating defeat with less than one-third of the vote. A near repeat of when she ran in the third election, and a far cry from when Atlas tied with Pentagonal last election. Having been elected for 2 terms, Pentagonal is now term limited and cannot run for president again until the 8th election, 3 months from now, leaving the question open of who will take up the reform candidacy in the next election. Viscosity has been elected vice president for the first time, having been selected to be the vice president for the remainder of Relaport's term after he was impeached and removed. Let's move on to the second slide. Let me stand right here. So, as you can see, Pentagonal in the first round got 12 votes, Sai got 8, Gem got 7, and Lemon got 5, with no... Penn only got 37.5% of the first round votes. So then it goes on to round 2, where he gets an additional second vote. Sai gets 2 second votes, and Jim gets 1 second vote, but still no majority. So it moves on to the third round, where Pence gets a whopping 8 third votes, bringing him all the way up to 68.75, with Sai getting no third votes. Right. All right, so this is the history of the past 4 elections we've had. So as you can see, Pentagonal up here has the largest margin of victory that anyone on the server so far has gotten, with Domino only getting 67.65%. And massive, or not massive, but a substantial increase from his margin last election. So good job, Pentagonal. If I were to give my analysis on this, I would say that you may notice that all of the winning candidates have hats of some kind and all of the losing candidates don't. So maybe my message to SSI is that you need to start wearing hats. And that's all the analysis I have of this third slide. And that is the last slide, I believe, right? Yeah. I think we interview now. Cool. This is my chair, I think. Oh, I don't. I don't
Hello.
Hi.
Wow. Was not expecting that.
It's pretty crazy. Is the camera on us right now? Because the stream's delayed. Okay. Yes. Yeah. All right. So, Pentagonal.
Hello.
Pentagonal. How does it feel to win your third election in this?
Feels great. And he won by a landslide. Like, holy. I did not know I could top Domino's Overture, but I did. That's crazy.
So, what message to the people of Craftocracy, especially now that you are a term limit?
Well, I limited, yes. So I will have to work for the best interests of the server despite being term limited. And I don't know who will carry the torch next, but of course, I've been in this for a long time. This is my 5th election in a row, and the next one will be the first Strudel election in history without me as a candidate in some way, shape, or form. And it's been a long journey. It's been a grind. I've been grinding for so long. Ever since the first election, I've kind of fallen off of the next two. But now I've really gained my ground that I lost prior to the crash out of a server, or after the crash out of a server. And my message to the TCP is I know what you try to do. I know what you try to do. And we counter it tremendously. That's all I want to say. But yeah, crazy results. I did not know I could beat Domino's record. Like, holy shit. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you have a president who actually does shit, you know?
Okay. Gail, I mean, I want you to elaborate on your message to TCP because that was some cryptic shit.
There's been some underground plans that the TCP tried to get first place through a lot of backdoor deals. And, me, the MSI, and the APC were contacted for these plans, and we were given the details, and we did some maths, we did some evaluation, realized that the deals were bullshit, so we did not go into fruition of them. And this is something I want to bring up as the term-limited president. I don't like these backdoor deals. I believe elections should be fair, and I believe we should have something to stop these backdoor deals which get people in power, basically. Because the TCP backdoor deals with the MSI, APC, and Reform those expectations, but I believe because the main point of this plan that the TCP tried to use was try to get SSI to get third place. And they promised a reform victory, which I know even if the plan didn't even go into fruition, we would have won anyways, because we have like a huge support base in the server. APC and MSI are really close to us, and the only political outliers are the TCP and the SSI. And the plans that the TCP tried to pull off were really scummy. I don't want to say scummy because I believe the people in the party are wonderful people, but I just believe that in terms of politics, we need to play fair, and as president, I want to implement a system to stop these dumb backdoor deals before it gets too late and they get into a server-wide deal warfare. So yeah, they tried to pull some really dumb election backdoor deals, and they just subverted their expectations and countered them. And I believe we need to stop these deals because they have been really against the SSI getting anywhere near power. And while I may disagree with the SSI a lot, I do believe they need a fair shot and not just get teamed on in secret. If we're gonna get teamed on, they better be in public and not behind the back door, you know. And I'm not afraid to say this because I was talking with the MSI, I've been talking with the APC, and their plans literally just paved way for a potential TCP victory. And if we did not pull out of the deal last second, they would have won first place due to the calculations that Gemma leaked to me about Gale's deals.
That's a lot of crazy information that I was totally blissfully unaware of, and I didn't already know all of that somehow. Anyway, uh,
It's crazy too, right?
I agree with a lot. Like, I think that, like, I don't know. If you're gonna do some like weird shit to like inspire, I think you should just like excuse my sexist language against women here. Okay, I'm a feminist. My mom's a woman, but like I gotta just if you're gonna pull some shit, don't be a pussy about it. You know, I want you to do that open. That's just my message to the people at home. All right, okay. Don't be a loser. All right, you're not a loser. You won, and you won big, and
Yeah,
that's cool.
I won bigly. I won very bigly.
Right. I've also noticed that. I don't know if that's just I don't know. So anyway, the big question
Hmm.
might be too early to tell, and maybe you won't want to answer. Maybe it's a secret, but I think everyone's dying to know who's gonna replace you because you can't run again. So who's it gonna be?
Okay, big question. Okay, this is a big question, but I believe the leading candidates may be one of the three. First of all, Viscosly has shown interest 2 times in a row to run for the reform ticket, and with me not being able to run again, I believe he can easily take the cake if he wants to. Second one is this may be a really crazy thing to say. I think I think Relaport may also run because he recently tried to join the forum. I don't think Gale saw the message, but he said in Minecraft chat, Gale, I want to join the forum. So Relaport could win. I don't think he will win because it's Relaport. He's really goofy sometimes, but I think Relaport could try to take a cake. And the last one, I think this is unlikely. This is the unlikeliest. But if this dude does win the ticket, I believe he is really good at debating, really good speaking. It's Poop Barrel because he's a goofball, right? But like when he's actually serious or like actually talking, he's really smart. So I believe it's one of the three, or it could be a fourth option, which I am unaware of. But those three right now are like the biggest reform potential contenders that I can see.
All right. There's some Discord shit going on. Join the channel titled Blarg.
Let me get up.
I don't know how
Let me
you
open
do
my
that on the quest, but
blog. This blog. I'm feeling this beat.
this interview will
This
be continued in one moment. Please give us some time.
I have to mute my mic and gain on mute. Hello?
Hello? What the fuck? Okay, I'm talking. I'm talking, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, cool. Awesome sauce. The stream, it's all good. We're good. We can keep going. Awesome one. Okay. Save that again. Okay, I don't know what they're doing, so we're just gonna go back to. I didn't mean to punch you.
Ouch.
So I guess this is a compound question that I'm about to ask. So you've already talked about this at the debate, but what can we expect from your last term? What is reform gonna look like without you running as president? Future terms.
Now, when I am term limited, I may remain as the party leader just to keep things organized and keep a common objective, and I also speak on certain matters. But as a person who cannot run as a candidate, I will be in huge talks with the potential candidates. And here's the thing: Reform, very open party, you know. If a candidate wins and wants to take the party in a different direction, I will not oppose them whatsoever. I believe that our party is very open, very big tent in a way, and I believe that just whatever direction they want to go in, as long as they do keep like basic reform ideals, which they most likely will, because they are a part of a party and I do support most of the bills. I believe the way the candidate wants to go is the way we will go. And I can't say for certain that we will keep this momentum, this really good momentum that we've just achieved with reform, but I will be down to support my party members if their campaigns or if they're like if your like ideas like are really good. Because next election, I will be voting based on the candidates and what they stand for, and not on party. Because I believe that's basically what reformers did. That's what some of the members of my party did, like the Atlas election. And I believe the way reform, like whoever wins, they can take the party their direction, but it just depends on if they can maintain the vote of their own party and the vote of the server. I want to remain kind of independent in a way of who I will vote for, because you know, it's a very big torch to carry, and I am down for like a change, like a change to have a party that's ran, but I will not be voting on party lines if I believe that the candidate is not strong enough. Which I believe is a fair thing to say.
I I agree a lot with that philosophy. Like, I've never on this server in particular, I've never really seen like a utility to like voting on party lines since like the president has the most power, the president has the most influence. So like if there's an amazing candidate from like some I don't know, lackluster party, that it doesn't matter because if the candidate's good, if the candidate's a strong, charismatic leader that's willing to like actually use the powers and not just sit around and do nothing. I'm not referring to anyone. All right, I'm just saying hypothetically that could happen that someone wins twice in a row without actually using like the ability to like propose 4 bills at one meeting.
Hmm.
Of course, I'm not I'm not referring to anyone, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I
Just
know what you mean.
I think I don't know. I agree. I agree that voting on party lines is just not a good use of energy. Which I've
Hmm.
never done. I've never every single election I've just voted for whoever I think like did best, either like at the debate or like outside of the debate when talking about their policies. Which a lot of the time has been you. I will admit. I think I voted for like Triff the first election. I want to say. You've gotten a lot better at the whole like yapaholic problem you had in the first debate, so good job on that.
Except for
That's just
speeches.
that's a serious like I'm serious with that. Like you've gotten a lot better with the debate performances. So
Thank you.
what the, so let's I got another question. I got another question.
Mm. Okay.
Let's say you know I'm just small up and coming ferret or just any member of any species. Let's say I want to start a new party, not called Squid. And I want to start winning elections. I want people to like my party, to want to engage with my party, and I want to have similar success to what you have. So what would be your advice to either a newcomer to the server or maybe someone in the existing parties to like broaden their appeal and just overall win more? Because you seem to be pretty good at that.
Well, look, I've always been the man who is willing to tank my own party numbers to promote newer parties or more membership of other parties because I believe that's strong for a democracy. But in terms of feedback for people who want to win, it's not a very straight answer, but here's what I can give. First of all, you have to ensure that your policies are something that the server likes. I don't want to use this as a way to diss the SSI because I really respect the SSI, but I believe something that parties like the SSI have had like some problems, and even the APC too. Like 50% of APC's bills, something that their parties had is just really I would say very like bills which are like led like listen. I may not be giving a straightforward answer because my brain is melted right now. Just trust me. But when I do reform bills, I always make sure to have like a really good talks with my party and especially Gale. And I believe that policy is a huge part of winning elections. And I believe if you want to win, you need to make sure your policy is liked by the entire server. And I believe some parties especially like the APC and the SSI have not really been like the best in like getting like server wide like unity. And it's not a diss because I really respect these parties, but it's just a fact in the sense that a lot of the bills are usually like a lot of people are skeptical. So my message to the SSI and the APC is like before you push a bill through the legislature, you just have to get all opinions you can get, especially with Gail, because Gail is a server owner and she knows everything about Craftocracy. I've had many disagreements with Gail before, but I'm not. I'm always willing to negotiate and just change some stuff about my bills before I can pass it through the legislature, because that's how we basically got most of it, like all the bills in my term passed through the legislature. And another big part is just getting people on your side. Now, something like, of course, I've passed Content Job 4 to stop over aggressive recruitment strategies. And this also passed Manifestopoly, which is a way for party leaders to actually explain their party. I believe a good way to get members is just explain what your party stands for, like make speeches, even if it's not election season. Reform MC, technically Fortnite Battle Royale, actually, technically the APC, if you count the now deleted APC YouTube channel, have actually started the whole thing of just making speeches and posting them. And I believe even if it's not election season, parties should really just invest in like making speeches of what their party stands for and why people should join. And I believe that's a huge part of getting people on your side, especially if you're good at speaking. And I believe if for democratic bills like a no party autocracy, it actually strengthens the server and it can actually strengthen how people run their parties, especially with primaries and stuff. And I believe if it's because there's incentives to like actually run for parties now because there's a chance you can win in the party, which usually has like a really popular leader, because General D got like 3 votes in the SSI primary, which is like the most ever out of any SSI candidate, because this is the first. No shade, by the way, but I believe the last major thing is just keep the grind up. Like SSI's been like second place like 3 times in a row. I don't want them to give up. I don't want them to give up. These results may be kind of like may impact the motivation. It shouldn't. I want them to keep trying because they will eventually get the run that they need to just take the cake. Especially because if they like manage to like fix their kind of issues of like their bill popularity and they start like releasing popular bill over after popular bill, I can see myself voting for the SSI because they have a lot of potential. They are a really good voice of opposition, and I believe they are a very strong party. And there's one thing SSI is really good at is recruitment, and I believe that the SSI, the more elections they get second in, the more chance they get in the next. Especially because I'm not in the next one, so they really have a huge chance next election. I just don't want them to give up. I don't want any party to give up because I never gave up. So yeah, that's basically my advice. I'm not an advice guy though, so don't take that to heart, I guess.
So what you're saying is that I should reform Squid and then
I
run
mean,
for next election and win because I
that'd
gotta
be pretty
never
cool.
give up. I'm not. I don't play enough on the server to like actually run for office. I'm not gonna lie, but I do like. Here's what I do like. Here's what I do like. I'm a big fan of the speeches. Like even outside of election, I think that the content is shit. I think the content's good. I think it makes engagement, and I think it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like I think. I mean, I don't even know if we necessarily need to promote it because I think we have like a good amount being made. But like, I don't know. Even with my like dumbass video where I just like drunkenly like fucking talk about nothing, like that's just fun. I
Yeah.
think. So I'm a big fan of that. Shit, what was I gonna ask? You seen the Minecraft movie?
I have not yet, but I may do it next week if the features still have it.
All right. I mean, I don't know if by it's okay. Spoiler for the fucking Minecraft. It's not a spoiler, but that movie is carried by the theater experience. All right. If you don't have a bunch of like millennials like screaming like chicken jockey every 5 seconds, it's like it's probably not worth it. You're punching the table. The VR shit is weird. There was one guy. Nah, that shit was so. The, oh, I can't react to chat messages. I can't react, but that's really funny, gal. Yeah. Uh, if there was no one else in that theater, that movie would have been a 1 out of 10. But yeah, I'm trying to say, I don't know if there's anything else to cover because, like, I don't know. I think everyone knows who you are. You've done all the speeches. You've done like 30 billion debate performances so far. So, is there anything else you want to say to the audience so that this debate doesn't go on for like 10 hours?
One Asprian, yes.
Sure.
I am at fault for basically all of this. I basically invented this genre, but this is my message to the server. Keep your speeches under 10 minutes or under 15 minutes, please. I know I popularized this, but let's keep it short, okay? You know, people watch like 5 minutes and just dip. I know I made like a 48-minute speech, you know, the longest speech ever, but let's try to keep it a bit shorter, you know. And also, in terms of server content, speeches should not be the only thing. Like, we should have like more shorts because Domino's first short got 700 views. That's a lot of views. That's a lot of traction. And I know the second one got like 40. That's why you stopped uploading shorts. But trust me, I have like a meme rap channel which I post on it as a joke, and I put shorts there. I get like 300, 400, 500 views maybe, and like the more you post, the more views you can get, and like the survey can become much bigger than it is. Now, I'm not a fan of like extremely rapid growth because if like 300 people join overnight, that's gonna be really hard to manage. But like I believe like the server just should just work together and just like casually upload content. I believe like videos can be reserved to like events, speeches, and stuff like that, and shorts can be reserved to like more casual side of the server, more like the goofy, funny side, but like you know comedy and stuff. And I believe we should all work together on that. I want to make I want to make a few shorts because you know really goofy, you know.
I agree with a lot of that. I think that I know firsthand, rapid growth, like instantaneous growth is really fucking bad. All right.
Yeah.
I know this from Joe Biden Lucky Block, okay? That shit got like 40,000 subscribers in 5 minutes. And it fell the fuck off after we like didn't post for like a week, okay? Like, all right, like what is the Noble Plus fan base at this point? It's like Gale, it's like Kudo, and it's like Joel. All right.
And I lost twin brother Octagonal, you know.
It's exact. I love Octagonal. Won the Squid Games in Geek City. That's true. It wasn't Kudo. It was Octagonal. Octagonal won all the Squid Games and made Squid. That's canon now.
Yeah.
Also, I just like to give a shout out to my friend Sauce Dude for being the only like person to make like an under 6 minute like speech video. So shout out Sauce Dude. You should do what Sauce Dude does more often. Because that shit actually could be watched in a single sitting. I got 230 upvotes on a drawing I made. I posted it to Reddit.
Damn.
I could show you the drawing right now. It's on like Imgur if you want.
Sure.
Okay. I will put up a frame of it. Let me get the link. What the fuck is the height of this? Hello? There we go.
Pretty good drawing.
It's pretty cute, I think. Yeah, that's I think that was a pretty good interview. I've asked everything I've wanted to ask, and I assume you said everything you want to say. So, yeah, how the do we move on to the next one, or do I have to give a conclusion, thesis, statement, or like? Okay, there we go.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm General Lee. I was the SSI. Who's punching that block? That's scary. It scared me. It was breaking in front of me. I was the SSI Vice President nominee. And first thing I want to say, I would like to congratulate Pent with his overwhelming victory. Can you hear me, by the way? I didn't check. Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
This is scary. This block is like someone's breaking. Good. Yeah, and man, I like Ben. Like he passes pretty funny reforms that make Gale mad because of the catch-alls. That's pretty funny. Yeah, but they're pretty cool reforms that he passes. I like them, but I also like I'd also like to congratulate Lemon with her total TCP loss. Uh, uh, pretty crazy about these backdoor deals, right? That's like the first time I heard about them. Like nobody told me about that. Nobody told me about that. uh, I think it's pretty cool that like nobody even involved me with it. It's show that I'm a very very unbribable person, right? Don't quote me on that. Um,
If any
I mean,
consolation, I was also not given the deal.
also
So
to mention the overwhelming SSI loss. Uh, Definitely, I have to say that as SSI, we have to change our strategy. I ran in the primaries and got 3 votes. Barely lost. Barely lost. Um, I will run again. I will run again in the SSI primary, and I'll take the party. I'll try to take the party in a new direction.
That's just like an
You know,
interview and not a speech, right?
it is an. I want to say some stuff first. All right, know what?
I
Uh, Actually, yeah, you can ask your questions.
I was gonna ask. All right, so SSI has run 4 times, gotten second
Yep.
place 4 times because they get a lot of votes from within the party, but they've always struggled with like reaching out outside of the party. Like as you can see on that board, SSI started with 8 votes, which is the second most, and then only got 2 more votes from the other ranked choice voting. So seems to be an issue where everyone within the party votes SSI, obviously, but you struggle with getting APC voters, you struggle with getting reform voters and whatnot. So, what is the plan in future elections to better reach out to non-SSI members? Is
Well,
my question.
I mean, I've got like I wrote in my notepad like a minute ago, several points. I think the strategy should be to offer people stuff that they want, which is what Pentagonal said, and also to have an uncontroversial candidate as the president nominee. Because that is how ranked choice voting works, right? You gotta have an uncontroversial president candidate, or you're gonna be last on the ballot. On something on like concrete. I mean, I'm gonna say, I already had my campaign. I don't think if people, I don't know if other people on the server from not SSI saw my campaign promises. Gail, can you confirm that or not? Like, was this pasted in? All right, they saw. Like, I'm the construction. Uh, I'm gonna be the construction president. I'm gonna be the infrastructure president. That's gonna be the plan. That's gonna remain the plan for the next time I run. I hope. I hope that not only I see that SSI needs a change of strategy. I also hope that the members of SSI see that there has to be a change in strategy and a change in candidate, and they vote accordingly in the primaries.
All right. Well, I mean, maybe if you run, you'd do pretty well because as you can clearly see that everyone who's run with a hat has won, and everyone who's run without a hat on has lost. But you have a hat
That's
on your
true.
head right
That's
now,
a pretty interesting
which
correlation.
means you have a 100% chance of winning if you run against like Triff or some other hatless loser in the audience. So
There has to be like some other hat candidate. Either like Domino is probably gonna run. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be
Domino's
really
term
tough.
limited, isn't he? Right.
I heard that his term limit ends now. No, is it like for
I think it
3
takes a
elections or
while.
2?
I don't think Domino's running next. I don't think Domino would win anyway because boring ass president. But you know, I'm an interviewer. I don't have opinions except all my opinions I have like why don't we talk about the fun stuff, all right? About the cool party total loss, all right? So I think that all of that like backdoor agreement shit, I think that's all shady as shit, and I think that's all cringe. I think that's cringe as fuck.
I
This message
think
is directed at.
it's not.
Uh,
I don't know how
uh,
much the
what are your thoughts?
backdoor deals had involvement in the results of the election and the total TCP loss, but in my opinion, the reason why TCP lost is the horrendous debate performance from Lemon. It was very divisive, very mean spirited. Like, who would put that candidate on the ballot? Like, in anything but the last place.
I mean, yeah, clearly, 5 votes primary. But I don't know.
That's like,
Mm.
does TCP has like 4
Yeah, we just see on the
members?
board right now.
I think 4 members. So somebody else from the other party voted for them in the first. All right. So kind of similar to SSI that the only source of votes the two parties get is from its the first votes, I guess. What did I say? I'm stupid. Don't listen to me. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense
my
what I
brain
said
is
right now.
so fired up right now. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like both of us have cases of like extreme early onset dementia. I don't.
Man, I'm trying to keep
mean-
like
Oh,
two
I've never
thoughts in
seen
my
you in
brain.
real life. Maybe you're like 80 secretly. Like I don't have any proof to the contrary.
Who knows? Who knows?
I'm assuming you're probably under the age of 65 if you're playing a Minecraft
Actually,
server full of
it was my birthday
idiot baby
yesterday,
children.
and I turned 22.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Oh,
the
so you're
auntie
gonna,
status on the server.
damn, you're gonna be in like a retirement home next year. Holy shit, you are old.
Retirement home now.
I think Sky might be older. I don't know. I don't know how old Sky is, but Sky can drink. That's my only metric. I'm talking like I'm not a fucking grown ass adult on this idiot baby children server. Yeah. What's it feel like? Being an unk, and I'm asking that as an unk myself. How's it gonna be?
Honestly,
I'm so fucking.
it's not as bad as people say it is. Like, I'm content with my life. I'm content with being 22. I got my whole life ahead of me.
Mhm.
I don't
in
feel
like
old at all.
I don't know. In like 10 years, I'll probably have like Alzheimer's or some shit at this rate. Like,
Yeah, I gotta like
I don't
do
know.
some mind exercises so I don't get it.
Probably get on the Duolingo ground set, Honestly,
Funny
though,
thing, I have funny thing. That's unrelated, but I've like my Duolingo is bugged, and I have infinite freezes in Duolingo, so I haven't used it in like 2 years, and I still have my streak.
you said I had like a year streak going, and then I lost it because I just stopped giving a shit about like French and Spanish because they're stupid languages. Yeah. There's a
I
fucking
learned
switch in my
German.
head.
Honestly, I don't really care anymore. I don't want to learn anymore.
Get rid of
Hi,
that.
Brian.
Where's the hero, Brian? Yeah.
Yeah, scary. I'm not scared though. I'm tough.
Alright, well, I'm sort of running out of questions because I want to go to bed. So I'm gonna just say, what message do
Sleepy
you have
sod.
for the audience at home that
One message.
you haven't said yet? What have you not said yet?
I don't know. I don't really have a message. Like, Be nice to everybody. Be friends. Or you're gonna get last place in the election. That's not gonna touch me. Ah!
That was fucking embarrassing, yo.
Don't worry, I have a water bucket. I'm alive. All right. Is that it? I have infinite sandwiches. Don't worry.
Oh, well, I also do. So,
Yeah. Oh, you make them, right?
I have an egg sandwich machine
No,
that's the
no.
most unoptimal piece of shit of all
Sauce
time.
is the
but
first egg sandwich maker. I got the idea
Sure.
from him, honestly.
I don't know if that's. I don't blame the server. Okay, I don't know what machines people have anymore. Okay, I'm just waiting for fucking Ad Astra or whatever to be added at some
Yeah.
point. in the next-
Message to the voters: everybody, tell Gale to update the pack.
That's what you really should take away from all these interviews.
Wait, we have passed the ping. Have we passed the ping Gale proposal?
I don't fucking know.
I think that was a presidential order. I think we passed it.
Drift
Like,
up in a
Yeah, we have to ping Gale a billion times with update pack, I guess. And then we have to execute. It's gonna be so peak. All right. If no more questions, I'm gonna go.
Okay. Wait, so I'll just read my chat messages real quick. Let me get close to the mic for this. I don't know what you're about to say, but DOS will kill me right now to fulfill the Public Execution Act. There will be no execution after this because it will have been fulfilled.
I think it's gonna be really lame if you do that.
Fuck you.
Oh, come on. All right, I'm out of here. This is lame. Lame ass capital.
Is my audio right? Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, it's on.
Okay. Should I turn it up? Do I
Sorry,
sound
people that voted for that.
enough?
I had to do what. If the server owner tells me to do something, I gotta do it. You know, I'm not gonna just say no. I won't. You know, okay. It's just that's how it go. You know what I mean, Triff?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I'm
were
sort of
you,
here
what
to
what candidate
alleviate
were
some
you
things.
anyway? What did you do in this election? I
Oh, I
literally
was
can't
part of
remember.
TCP.
Okay, so you're not a vice president, but you're just
No,
here.
I'm here to sort of represent the TCP. There have
Okay.
been a lot of allegations alleged towards us that
Okay, so
like should be
let me start
addressed.
with the first question. All right, so what is your response to the total bitch allegations that I levied against your party earlier? It's my question.
Could you explain specifically what those were? I may have missed
Inspire. Yeah, how much am I allowed to say that I know? Because I don't know how much I'm allowed to like disclose. Depending on what she responds with, I either know nothing or I know literally some stuff, but I don't know how much. But
I just wasn't sure what specifically allegations you meant.
I don't know what. Okay, let me read. God damn, there's so much fucking text here. Okay.
There was a lot of spamming of Z's. I don't know who did that, but
Okay,
obviously
what
delinquents.
the fuck? Sure, what the fuck? Okay, Gail, this is your mess. What the fuck? Okay. I gotta figure out what this shit is, because I'm like, I'm kind of an unk if you can't tell. Like, I'm not really like with the kids anymore. Like, I'm not fully caught up on this drama shit. But my understanding is that there was some expressed annoyance by someone about something that I don't remember. And like there was some like bullshit plan to like funnel votes so that like Pentagonal would be the winner, but like TCP would get second place, like specifically so SSI does not get second place. Fourth time in a row. Even I don't know what the fuck that does because it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay, but just assuming that there was some plan of that sort, what is your response
Okay.
to the
Well,
allegation of that
there's a
existing?
lot to kind of go over here because people have been saying that this is like secret backdoor deals or something like that, which is such a disingenuous term to use for this when it's nowhere near a secret backdoor deal. This is just an entirely normal thing to do in ranked choice voting. Like this is just what happens in ranked choice voting. Party leaders will talk to others to try and figure out voter guides. They'll release voter guides. That's just how ranked choice voting always goes. All we were doing was asking leaders to mark us second. That was it. It's just a normal ranked choice voting thing. And saying that it's some backdoor deal is a crazy stretch of the truth to try and make us seem a lot worse than we were. It was just ranked choice voting. That was it. Straight up. That's just how this system works. And I feel like Penn with the whole thing of stopping backdoor deals is almost a vehicle to get rid of ranked choice voting because that's like an integral part of the system. It's trying to party leaders will try to tell their voters what to vote for, what guides to use, who to put in what place, and trying to get rid of that just feels like it's like that's removing a part of it that people have been using for the entirety of this server. People have been using voter guides for the whole time the server's been a thing. So it's just like a weird stretch of the truth that we've been seeing. It's very strange when we haven't done anything almost remotely like that. It's not a backdoor deal.
Okay. Um, I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Don't you think it's a little bit disingenuous to try to like label Pentagonal as like trying to like destroy ranked choice voting because that's like clearly not his intention here?
Well, I mean, it very well could be. We don't know what he's done. We've literally like voted or we put forward a proposal to impeach him because of all the insane things that have been happening. You can read the proposal. There's so much. I mean, he wants to read a third term. He's a stupid centrist. He likes fiddleheads. Like this is insane. We can't let this happen. That's why we filed to impeach. It's a simple use of the process. I mean, if you go to
Yes.
any party's news channel, you'll see them posting guides for every election. That's just a part of the system, so it can
I'm
come
pretty sure
off.
this wasn't like publicly posted or not. I don't think this was a channel announcement thing. I was thinking it was like fucking DMing people to like
They're
I don't know.
what?
I guess technically that's allowed. There's no rule against it. I'm not saying I've never said that anything is like against the I'm just saying that like some of the
Well,
behavior
a lot of the time within
is kind of
parties,
weird.
they are
It's
DMs or whatever. Voter
huh?
guides are posted to the party members, not to everyone. That's just how
Listed
voter guides
impeachment crimes.
are.
One of these
I mean,
impeachment crimes is beat TCP in the election.
yeah,
That's not like a
that's not okay.
bad thing.
How do you know?
Doesn't that are you a fan of democracy, Trev? Let me ask you that.
I
Are
would
you
argue so.
democratic? Are
Yes,
you
I'd
are
say
you
so.
gonna are you gonna storm the Capitol in a
No,
few days
nothing
trying to
near
like
that. We're going
overturn
for a
the
legal
election?
process here. An impeachment
Uh,
is a fully legal process. This is just
Okay.
how that happens.
But you are aware that in democracies, because of how just public opinion shifts work, you lose. And also, could I get you to acknowledge your candidate's behavior during the debate because that was like low-key fucking like a little uncomfortable for me as moderator. So what is your response to
I
the allegations that Lemon behaved uncordially? It's my question.
I mean, it's just the debate behavior. That's just kind of how Lemon behaved. I don't know if we can really apologize for that. It's just how Lemon is. I mean, you are trying to allege that we are undemocratic, but
You're
I
trying
mean,
to
I
impeach
feel like
someone
it's no,
for
no, no, no.
winning an election, and you're trying to overturn that by.
I feel like it's undemocratic to steal an election.
Nobody's stolen an election so far.
We have evidence.
What do you mean? Okay, is there evidence in the room with us?
We have it.
Could I see it?
Not at the moment. We're getting there.
What the fuck do you mean not at
It
the
will.
Okay, either you have the evidence on you or
We
you don't
have
have the evidence.
evidence.
Like, all right.
We have it.
I mean,
It's just
I
it
have
might take a
evidence
little
that I slept with your mom last night, but I'm not gonna show it. Like, it doesn't. That's not how it works. You know. Either
I
show up or just don't show anything. You're just okay.
feel like it just doesn't work
Let's
like
read
that.
the rest. Let's
Why
read
would
the
I want
rest
to
of
see
these
evidence?
impeachment
Why would I
crimes.
want to see evidence of that? Is my question.
Uses the word fellas too much. What's wrong with fellas?
He
All right.
does.
That's
Too
a
much.
perfectly fine,
No, it's
vaguely
obscene.
gender
It's
neutral-ish term to
like
address people.
just too much. There's a normal
it's
amount of
fine.
fellas, and Pentagonal just goes over that line. It's just a bit
Right.
much. It feels
Stole
like.
the okay. Wants to pardon. Okay, if you're gonna bring Umbrella Corp, like why the fuck is the chickens thing your main priority? That's just my okay. You call Relaporp gay. It's clearly a heterosexual man sitting over there. I think. Maybe I don't. Are you straight, Pentagonal? I don't remember. Probably. So,
I don't know.
don't you think it's kind of homophobic
No,
to impeach someone
People-
for
I mean-
homosexuality?
no. People are saying he's gay. We're saying he's faking gay.
And you listed that as a
And he-
crime. That makes you homophobic, Trev.
No, it's an
That makes you
opinion.
homophobic.
And, I mean,
Trev.
hey, for proof that he's faking gay, he ate the cookie.
You're impeaching a
It's that
man
simple.
for his sexual orientation. That is
It is not impeachment for
against.
sexual orientation. It is impeachment for multiple crimes, and that is just another thing that's listed there as well.
That's not.
But that-
Wait, don't say it's not for. If it's on the list, you're impeaching him for that thing. Okay,
No,
it's like
well, it's
oh,
not fully that
i-
thing.
if
It's
I
like,
if I
it's like
if there
a little,
if
it's
I
like a little
if I
microcosm.
like
It's like a little point.
if like a Vietnamese person, let's say my short 5'6" Vietnamese friend joins the server.
5'6"
Very
is
cute
not
dude.
short. Don't say that.
Is totally he's so tiny. He's
I'm not sure.
5'6",
Don't
like
say that. I'm not sure.
minuscule. I could pick. He's I've held him in my arms before. He's that small, and I don't really
5'6"
like
is
lift that
short, though.
much, but like
That
I
doesn't
can hold
count.
this man because he's so
That's
small.
gay.
He's so small. So
That's gay.
anyway, you're young. Okay, you still have time to get taller.
You're
okay?
like
Don't-
80. You're like 80.
I'm literally defending. Okay,
You're like Joe Biden dementia.
this
I didn't mean to
fucking
hit you.
guy. I fucking hate. Okay, so but back to my okay. Let's say this short man joins the server, and
Okay.
he wins presidency, right? He wins
Mhm.
presidency. All right, it by doesn't matter the margin, right? And then I make a proposal saying like, hey, let's impeach this dude. Here's 1 billion fucking crimes. Some of them might be valid, and then one of them is just he is Vietnamese as a crime. And
Well,
then
why would you put
say,
Vietnamese as
hey,
part of it?
isn't that kind of xenophobic to impeach someone based off of their nationality? And I say, hey, well, actually, it's just one thing in a smorgasbord of crime. So really, we're not impeaching him for being Vietnamese. I just thought I'd include that. That's what you sound like for impeaching
but-
Pentagonal for being a
so-
homosexual.
In this scenario, you're saying that someone joins, wins presidency, someone votes to impeach because they're Vietnamese, but
Yes.
that wouldn't happen. That's a racist
You are
assumption.
voting. You are
It would be
impeaching
someone would be
Pentagonal for being gay.
no. They would be impeached for being short, and that's a valid impeachment. It is racist to assume they would be
Friendly
impeached
fire.
for being Vietnamese. That's
So
on
it's
you.
not homophobic to impeach someone for being gay.
I don't
I
think it
feel
matters.
like you
when
keep
you're a
dodging the
racist.
question there.
You're a racist.
I'm racist. I'm not the
Yes.
one fucking impeaching anyone. Okay, there's no
Impeachment is a
evidence
legal
of me.
process. This can happen.
You are impeaching him for being gay, though. That's
No,
homophobic.
It's not.
What are you
for being
impeaching him
gay.
for then? If it's on the list, like, oh, were you eating
impeaching
KFC
him
and your fucking
for-
finger slipped when you were faking?
Yes, yes, it did.
That's what. Oh yeah, you just accident. So don't you think that you are enabling it by leaving it up unedited? Because, or I guess it was
We
proposed by
can't
Gail.
edit that.
Gail, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Okay.
Gail was eating KFC.
So Gale is
Gail
homophobic
was-
for impeaching a gay man for being gay.
Yeah.
All right, I think we should boycott Craft Talk.
So, impeach Pentagonal. Pentagonal's an evil dictator. Stole the election. We have proof. It's that
I
simple.
don't think there's proof. Writes bills that are
There
you
is.
say that in a very
There's proof.
obnoxiously long bill, so I don't know. I'm not
No,
very
obnoxiously
convinced by
long
these
is
impeachment
way
crimes.
longer than this.
I'll say. Likes fiddle. I don't know what the fuck a fiddlehead is. It's a stupid idiot.
There's big fiddlehead drama. You don't want to get into the fiddlehead drama.
I guess you could say he's a centrist, but not
Yeah.
for the reason that you believe. You believe it for a stupid and gay reason. I believe it for a cool and good reason. All right.
Well,
So
centrists are-
ignore what
centrists
Triff
are
is about to say. I used to watch J-Reg, so I know what I'm talking about here. So
centrists are basically just right wingers who say they're not. That's just what
centrism.
centrists are.
Ignore what the fuck Triff is saying because Triff
Centrism
is
being too scared to say you're
Triff
right
is describing a brand of conservative who labels themselves as either
Centrism is
libertarian or
loser mode.
centrist as a way to avoid conflict. What centrism actually is an ideology that just supports the status quo. And Pentagonal
Which
is the
is
status
bad.
quo
The status quo
because he is
sucks.
the president. So by definition, you could say that Pentagonal is a centrist just by being the president. Unfortunately, Triff is saying some other bullshit which is completely wrong, and I'm completely right. Is what I think.
Centrist is bad.
What?
Centrist bad.
There's not a fucking collective centrist idea. It's just
How do you know? Have you been to the centrist convention?
there's not a fucking centrist
How
convention.
do you know? How
It's
do you
not
know?
it's not a
How do you
fucking
know?
thing.
Have you done research on it?
Yes.
Are you in the centrist community?
No.
So you wouldn't know about the centrist convention.
I can know about things without being part of that. Okay. Do you know Chinese people exist?
No.
Is this really who you're gonna have representing? You know, your party, someone who is like
I'm doing
ignorant
great.
of like other cultures like that.
I'm not ignorant. I
Pretty
just didn't
shitty,
know.
TCP.
It's not ignorant. I just literally had
That
no
is
knowledge.
that's the definition of ignorance. All right.
No, ignorance is literally like turning a blind
This
eye.
person doesn't
I
know what
literally
Chinese
just didn't
people
know.
are.
I didn't know.
Okay. That's
Ignorance
like-
is like
That's
willfully
like that's like 5 billion people that you're just like ignoring the like autonomy
That's pretty
of.
racist to say there are 5 billion people. That's crazy.
Well, you don't know they exist, so how do you know how many of them there are?
Because 5 billion people is more people than there are in the world.
There's 5 trillion people on Earth. No, it's
No,
8
there's
trillion.
not.
It's 8 trillion
How do
now.
you know?
There's 8 trillion.
Have you counted every person? Have you counted
On
every
the
person?
website it says there's 8 trillion people on Earth. There are 8 trillion humans on Earth.
No, nope.
On my
Lying.
mama,
Lying.
there are 8
You know
trillion
what?
people.
I have a feeling you're in cahoots with Pentagonal and you're lying too.
I'm gonna look up how many people there are in the world right now.
It's 5
How
billion.
many people are in the?
Doesn't even know what facts
I
he's
get
citing.
okay. It was 8.2 trillion, but I was still more right
Yeah.
than you were. I got a screenshot
No.
to prove it right here.
No.
Yes,
It's faked and doctored, obviously.
it's real. I got proof.
Let me pose to you this. It's actually 8 people because there are 8 people in this room.
Why is? See, look at the screenshot. Look at the screen. That clearly says there are 8 trillion people in the world.
No,
Yes.
that's just a lie.
Are
It's
you
just an
gonna-
outright lie. What
Are you
browser is
gonna
that?
argue with?
What browser is that?
You don't have a
What
screenshot.
browser are you using? What browser?
I
are you using?
am using Firefox.
That's AI. Firefox uses AI for everything.
I mean, I was using Brave actually. I was using Brave.
Okay, Brave does that too.
I mispronounced Google Chrome really
It's
badly.
AI. Brave is the crypto browser, so like they just use AI and everything. They're that one that's like we're Epic Dogecoin meme, and then they just like steal your data and use it for AI. And they just did that right
It's-
now with the 8 trillion.
Oh yeah,
And even if it was Google Chrome, Gemini, which is also another evil thing like that. It's easy.
Are you gonna really let a conspiracy theorist that knows nothing about technology be your representative, TCP?
Yes.
I think this is supposed to be an interview and not a debate between me and Trey. What the fuck is the goal of this again? I forgot what we were doing, but let's just read off more
was clearing up
More
allegations,
crimes.
and then yeah, explaining the impeachment.
Wants to run a
So-
third term. Pentagonal nod yes or no if you want to run a third term. Pentagonal. Pentagonal.
He said he wants to before.
Pentagonal. Okay,
happened.
look. Clearly nodding no. So
He said he
I don't
wants to
know.
before.
I don't know what you're. I'm
He's
retiring. Yeah,
lying.
see.
He's just outright lying. He said
Okay.
he's literally said he wants to before.
I mean, I think Pentagonal is probably taller than you, so like his opinion just has more weight.
Okay. Pentagonal, how tall are you?
He says yes. See?
Nuh-uh. Nope.
I
Mm-mm.
can check.
He's not taller than me.
All right, everyone, drop your height in chat right now. I forget.
See? I'm
I don't
telling
know
you,
what centimeters are. Let me pull up conversion. Feet. Looks like I'm taller than you, General. So sad. So unfortunate. But I guess you're not arguing for stupid shit, so it's okay. It's okay. It's okay it's okay. It's okay.
No, he is.
Because you agree with my point, so you can be whatever how you
He
want to be.
argues for stupid shit every day.
To be fair, I also want that some of the time. You know, what General just said in chat. But only like 50%. It's not weird when I like it. Okay. When other people it's okay when other people do it, but it's like more okay when I do it. You know what I mean? Like
Okay, so
that
you're
just
being
goes for
homophobic. So
everything.
you're being homophobic.
Like being homophobic is cool when I do it. But it's cringe when you
See?
do it, when you try to
See?
impeach a man for it, you know? I got the socks
Are
and
we
you don't
not
got
seeing
the
the
socks.
double standards here? This is
But I have
crazy.
the socks override that.
I don't need
Where are your
socks
thighs?
because I'm
Where the
cool.
fuck are your thighs?
They're under my pants.
Where the
I'm wearing a suit.
let Triff take over this new. I'm the one. Okay. What the fuck is what is the quote? What the fuck? No, you can't do this to me. You know how much I sacrificed, Cal. I'm the one. Alright, give you a bite.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess I have one last thing to say. I have one last question for you because I feel like this interview's gotten a bit too it's gotten too combative. I think we need to
That's fair.
tone it down a bit. Try to
I
tone it
agree.
down a bit. So what are your thoughts? What are your
Thank
thoughts?
you.
What's your opinion on that?
You can build with it. You can build a big
That's
sign that says impeach Pentagonal with it.
that's a good idea. It's mine now.
Exactly.
Alright.
I took a stack. Do you want this back?
Do you have any fucking idea how much cobblestone is in this backpack?
Like 4.
It's not full, but it's like
Impeach Pentagonal, impeach Pentagonal, impeach Pentagonal, impeach Pentagonal.
that much. All right. I think I was supposed to like thank you 3 from your time, but I didn't do that. But whatever. Okay, Titan. Oh, interview with the tit spot. Cool. Are we? Oh, TTS bot is now speaker. Cool. Oh, really? Fuck. Oh, shit. Is late. What the fuck? I mean, I need to join the group. I think. Yeah, I gotta go to bed in like 7 minutes, but we're waiting. We're waiting. Oh yeah, I'm talking to the yeah. We're waiting for some shit. Give it a second. I'll just we have you Titan allegedly. Okay, so yeah, let's talk. If you're talking, I cannot hear you at all.
Hello.
Uh, he-
Yay.
hi, I do hear.
Hello. I have
That's
never done this before.
all right. Okay. I'm gonna ask you a question. All right. Uh, so you are out of everyone we've interviewed tonight, you are the newest person on the server. So, I'd like you to just like briefly introduce yourself because I don't believe we've ever spoken formally in one of these settings before. So, yeah, just who is Titan? That's the question. Or just your party. Either of those are cool. Just gonna.
I am Titan. I am the leader of the MSR. I try to remain really chill. That is really all.
If you're not typing, just try to like move your head around just like a little bit. All right, cool. All right, cool. So, and because shut up, Pat. Wait, no, you're talking TCP. My bad. I thought you were talking about. Okay. So I have I've got an actually good question for you. So, why did you drop out of this race? And do you have plans to run in future races? I feel like that's a good question.
I dropped out because I felt like I was too new and did not understand the server well enough to run in the election. And I do plan to run again for a while.
All right. So if you do run in the future, what will your campaigns be about? Or if you don't know yet, you can just say you don't know yet. Just what are your goals generally?
MSR really doesn't know what to do for the server yet, but want to help with getting more create stuff around the server.
All right. I'm gonna assume you're typing something. Yeah. No. Okay. Okay. Next question then. All right. Hmm. Let me think of good. I gotta go a bit soon, so I'm probably just gonna ask like one or two more. But hmm. Given your perspective as someone maybe a little less familiar with the server, more of a newcomer, do you believe that Pentagonal deserves to be impeached from the evidence you've seen, or do you think it's like just sort of a non-starter, not worth everyone's time to fight over, or do you not know enough? That's the question.
I really don't think he should be impeached. From what I've seen, he only has the server's best interests in mind.
All right, all right. Okay, I gotta like get off in 5 minutes. So, is there anything else you want the audience watching right now to know before this interview? Also, just any closing statements, just anything you want to get out there, anything at all.
Not really, not at this current time.
All right, so I guess that's the interview, I suppose. Cool. Well, thank you for your time, and guess that'll be all the interviewing for tonight. Just told you to a. I've been Pete Buttigieg. This was a craftocracy, and all of these candidates, they're all right. You know, that's got some pretty all right people. But hey, that's it. Thank you for tuning in, and good night and stuff. Yeah.